Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and here is the final video of the year for 2021. For anybody who does not know, this is a tradition I've had for several years here on the channel, in which there are two videos I do at the very end of the year. I do a video where I cover every single game I have beat over the year, to kind of just give my thoughts and feelings on them, and I do another video, which is this final one, in which I tell you all my game of the year and discuss it for a bit as well too, kind of what brought me there, my choice and all that stuff. So of course my previous video was where I talked about, well, this stack, this physical stack of games and more, which are all the games, well, not all of them, but most of the games here that I end up completing this year, 2021. But one of these games, it is not a digital only game, so it is physical. One of these games here is my game of the year for 2021. Now, out of all these, which one is it? Let's go ahead and just cover this. I have to kind of pull it out here of the stack, make sure I don't drop it. And of course I still did on the side. So my game of the year for 2021 is It Takes Two. Now, this actually ended up surprising me just because I'll be honest, I thought I was going to be beating more games this year. There's been other contenders and games that I've played that have been great, such as Resident Evil Village, which I still haven't finished, Halo Infinite, which I still haven't finished, although I guess maybe those ones don't feel as much as Game of the Year, but this year ended up surprising me completely. Now, it also ended up coincidentally being the VGA, like, Game of the Year for this year, which I was super happy to see that it took home, like, officially, in a way, Game of the Year. But this ended up being my own personal Game of the Year as well, too, which I kind of figured somewhat early on. I ended up finishing this in May of this year, and funny enough, it wasn't really on my radar. The way I even got into this here was, of course, I saw the original, reveal and such of it, and I really did like Joseph Fares, the director here. Absolutely loved, him being on stage when he initially announced A Way Out several years ago. Loved A Way Out, have played it several times through. So It Takes Two did seem interesting, but I really wasn't ready to play it or pick it up. It really wasn't on my radar, is what I'm saying. Until shortly after release, I actually ended up visiting a friend of mine, and they were telling me, "Oh, dude, have you played It Takes Two yet? Oh, it's so good. Like, my friend and I just picked it up and we played through it, and it's kind of a short game, but we played through it within a day or two, and it's really, really good." So I was looking at it. It seemed to be a discounted game. I think it retails for like $30, $40 as opposed to $60. And much like A Way Out, it is a forced co-op game, but the best kind as well too. So you have to play it co-op. You cannot do single player. You have to play co-op either offline or, with another person online. I think there's even, I'm not sure if there's LAN play on here, to be honest. But the cool thing is, with the online component, is that only one person needs to purchase this game. So I actually end up playing this with my now girlfriend. At the time we were friends, but we had played several games together, we finished several games together, and I'd asked her, like, hey, would you be interested in It Takes Two? Like, this seems like a good game. We've played A Way Out before, and even if you're saying you don't want to buy it, like, that's cool. I'll go out and get it. She agreed to it. She said sure. So I went out, I picked it up, and it took us several nights to play it, like, over the course of a bit of time. I don't remember exactly how long it took, but I loved the characters. I loved the acting. I loved the level design. It brought me back. There were several times in this game where it just kind of had this, like, childlike bewilderment and excitement and exploration to it. There were so many times where, like, we were messing up and I wasn't even mad. I was just, like, dying laughing playing this game, and it was a true joy to play through this game. I'd actually like to play through it again as well too. And funny enough, even preparing for these videos, I had no idea. It completely glazed over me here. I had no idea it even had a PS5 upgrade available if you get the PS4 version, until I end up pulling it off my shelf, and I was like, oh, there's a PS5 version available. That's cool, like a free upgrade, because we both played it on PS4 when we had originally played this. But I absolutely loved this. If you enjoy A Way Out, this is not nearly as serious. It is much more lighthearted. I will say, when people were saying it's a short game, I felt like A Way Out was shorter, because this took us maybe, I don't know, 8 hours, something like that in total, which seems like a kind of standard length for a game at this point. So maybe people were just really speeding and burning through it. I'm not sure. But many people were saying, oh, it's a really short game, it's a really short game. I'm like, it was longer than I expected. And I guess in my opinion, it was even longer. From what I recall, it was even longer than A Way Out. But this was great. And screw this book. This book here, screw that dude. Well, not dude, book, I guess. Not great. But I can absolutely recommend this game, and I would say this was easily my game of the year. Now, it might have changed if I beat some more games this year, I'm not sure, but it was also really obvious when I just looked at the list of everything I completed. I was like, yeah, for me, personally, that was my game of the year. That's about all I have to say on this. So, if you have played, let me know what you thought of it. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What were your opinions on it? Personally, out of the games that Joseph Fares has worked on, which has been, I think, the ones I know of are Brothers, A Way Out, and now It Takes Two. This is my personal favorite of all of his, and I can absolutely recommend this to anyone. Again, you do have to co-op this with someone. So if you just want to do single player, you cannot do it. And for what it's worth, this does require more skill than A Way Out. Like, if you're not really like the best at like hand-eye coordination or timing and all that, you can get your way through A Way Out pretty easily for the most part. But It Takes Two had a shocking amount of platforming and all that. Like, and that's not even anything against it. That's more just a heads up if you're going to play it with someone, for example, who just might not be as into games or something. So that's for anybody who might be out there doing that. But either way, I loved this game. Let me know what your thoughts were on it, but more importantly, let me know what your game of the year was, or games of the year were, or any of that. I always do like to read through the comments, and I like to see what people enjoyed this year, what they didn't like, and maybe even what they thought of my game of the year here as well too. Anyways, that is about it for this video. That is about it for this year. You all, if you made it to the end, thank you so much. Thank you for sticking around this year. I hope you all have had an awesome holiday season. I hope you all will continue to be here next year as well too, and I hope you all have a safe New Year's, whether you're going to be going into the New Year's or you've already celebrated and we're in 2022. I do hope that you all enjoy it. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Until next year.